The aptly named Titan is Saturn's largest moon and is bigger than Earth's moon and larger than even the planet Mercury. Titan is the second largest moon in the entire solar system after Ganymede of Jupiter. It's also the only moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere, and it's the only world besides Earth that has standing bodies of liquid, including rivers, lakes, and seas, on its surface. Its atmosphere is primarily nitrogen plus a small amount of methane. It's also more dense than Earth's atmosphere. Lastly, the surface of Titan is much colder than even the coldest points of the Earth's surface, with an average temperature of minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 179 Celsius. On January 14, 2005, the Huygens probe successfully entered Titan's upper atmosphere and descended under parachute to the surface, becoming the first spacecraft to land on Titan and the furthest landing from Earth a spacecraft has ever made. The main mission phase was a parachute descent through Titan's atmosphere, and the batteries and all other resources were sized for a Huygens mission duration of 153 minutes, corresponding to a maximum descent time of 2.5 hours, plus at least 3 additional minutes and possibly a half hour or more on Titan's surface. NASA's Dragonfly mission is a rotorcraft lander that will explore Titan in more detail. The mission is part of NASA's New Frontiers program, which has launched explorations to Pluto, Jupiter, the asteroid Bennu, and now Titan. Dragonfly will launch in 2026 and arrive at Titan in 2034. The spacecraft is about the size of a small car, weighs around half a ton, and has 8 rotors, a big drone essentially, which will allow it to fly tens of miles in a given day. The Dragonfly mission is taking what NASA learned from the Ingenuity Mars helicopter to create an even more complex flying machine to explore Titan. Helpfully, the Titan atmosphere is quite thick, not thin like on Mars, and with the low gravity should allow Dragonfly to fly around quite easily, relatively speaking. It's hoped that during a 2-year mission, Dragonfly will travel hundreds of miles across the surface of Titan, sampling the chemistry of the moon and studying its geology and atmosphere. Dragonfly's science themes include investigation of Titan's prebiotic chemistry, habitability, and a search for biosignatures, looking for potential life in other words. Dragonfly's targeted landing site is near Titan's equator, 700 kilometers north of Huygens, in the Shangri-La Sand Sea, and within flying distance of Silk Impact Crater. Dragonfly will explore diverse environments from organic dunes to the floor of an impact crater where liquid water and complex organic materials key to life once existed together for possibly tens of thousands of years. Its instruments will study how far prebiotic chemistry may have progressed. The science goals for the mission are outlined in a paper published in the Planetary Science Journal, linked in the video description below. The science objectives of Dragonfly are to sample materials and analyze chemical components and processes at work to produce biologically relevant compounds. Summing up, the Dragonfly mission is a rather audacious and revolutionary mission to explore Titan with a rotorcraft lander. Dragonfly will potentially travel hundreds of miles across the surface of Titan, sampling the chemistry of the moon and studying its geology and atmosphere. The spacecraft will also look out for signs of life and study whether the moon of Saturn could now be, or once was, home to life.